So the Mastermind report is also, that comes in the elite. Everybody that's a member, people want to know about the trade report. The trade report is something that Rhoda and I, we work on, and it gives an update, in a small 10 page, I'm trying to see if I have a copy, a 10-page booklet. It just gets printed out. And so, yeah, you have to buy and pay for shipping, but you guys get all that information inside the Mastermind report. So it's really for, new guys that don't know about DCG. They get this, and this went out today. So this is actually going out today. And then for DCG, you'll have a invite that's going to come in there. And, any of you guys that haven't been to the day trading live, we have it in Atlanta. I'm just having like a DCG social, right, in Temecula. So it's going to be at a winery, but all the people that's in DCG LA, everybody is invited. There's no costs, and we just, kind of like a little mini Christmas party, right? A Christmas party at a winery. It's going to be a half a day, and we'll probably trade the power hour, but it's really for, trying to get DCG members out together where it's not a cost, and normally it's for the local people that's here. So we'll put these in the notes so you have them. And then on this newsletter, right, I want to start sending out these a little bit more often, but it's certain information like the Fed, the funds, and this is more just a informational piece of what I see in the market. But one of the things I put in there was this weekend, guys to know what the market was going to do. I always trade Sundays, and so of course it worked out this Sunday, but normally I say I dip buy Sunday. Sundays is one of my trading crypto days. And if you kind of take a look at the newsletter and had the article, right, it just gives you more confirmation that you may not every Sunday may not be a good dip buy, but 3 out of 4 normally is going to be good. And so to me, to increase the odds of you having a positive day, I normally always buy the red on a Sunday. All right. And then, we've been doing this for a while, and this article is pretty old, but I still put it in there just so you can kind of see the data, right? I think this has been in the Mastermind report, and it has certain gains on certain days, right? So Sunday and Monday, Sundays are historically in the red. And so if you can buy the low, you buy the red, you have a higher, probability of just buying at the right time. Right. And so I'll see the market drop on a Sunday, and I'll tell guys on Saturday or Friday to get out the market. And then Sunday, I always look to return. All right. And so, for me, it is Sunday morning. If you had a trading journal, if you're keeping track of your trades, you would probably start noticing things like this, the times and the hours. Right. And so there's even, just to remind you guys, see, there's even for trading intraday, there's certain sites you can go to that will tell you that certain times of the day historically, right? If I go here and I go to intraday, and I'll go to something like, Mike has put this in some of his things, but like you go to gold. You see normally gold rises around 10 o'clock, right? And so, this is times, the 10-year average. So giving yourself certain times, understanding, fundamentally that you have history behind, on your side, that even when gold is down, certain parts of the day, it moves more than normal, right? People, I said I bought some contracts on Micron, right? I'll come over here and look at Micron. If I'm expecting seasonality to go into November, and I look at something like Micron and say that, hey, at the end of the month, it normally, hits its low, and it goes into November and it goes in strong. It's a high probability trade, right? And then we have the, and of course, I'm up on it. Today was a day. Let me see. Am I still here? My Acrobat is frozen. All right. So,
You're still here.
all right, good. So, you see here, October, we got 28th, and then coming over to November, we got, bullish expectations. They're just increasing the odds, right? And then I get something that seasonality rises in. Now, of course, I'll probably on a red day, I'll take them further out. But in the meantime, I got weeklies, with the anticipation, I can hold it to the end of the week. And, looking at the chart, do something like Micron. I just wanted to walk you guys through, kind of, since we work on a report and we had these trade things going in, I wanted to kind of show you, the mentality of why buy and hold and not, really making too many moves right now besides holding some of the loans. And so, here I'm using the high and low candlestick. So you can actually, and I'm zooming in so you can actually see the high and low on a 4 hour. If I wanted to do on a day, you see each day we're making new highs. All right. So, getting in and holding. And all right, if you've been on the profit call, right, we know we have the rail teaches the 200 and 800. If you're taking any of the courses that I've done, and you guys know I'm an alligator guy. So we had an alligator and you had a, 200, you got a trend trader here. If you use a beast mode strategy, just looking at the trend and looking at the alligator, look at it on a week, it's still underwater. So it still has a lot to go. Considering that if we're we're moving into a bullish period cycle of the year. So, this is how some of the low stress trading. I have guys saying that, hey, they've been trading every day, and it's like you don't need to. If you get in some loans and you have a strategy. So one of the things that I like to use is I like Pika because you can swing with leverage using Pika protocol. People ask me about gains, right? You can actually add on to positions. Right. So I can have a 20x position, and then I can actually have orders set in to buy down so I don't get liquidated. Whereas gains, they'll add another position to you. All right. And so, I like gains because you're able to buy some of the stocks, but also like, protecting the downside, understanding that we're going to seasonality, I may have to hold a little bit longer. And so I can take a small position, right? A $250 position and have control over 5,000. And this is not for, it's not for guys that go in there and just go balls out and put $1,000 because you can't get liquidated pretty easy, right? But, considering the risk versus reward, it is high.